Imagine checking your bank account and seeing a zero balance. Your card gets declined at the grocery store. You call the bank and they tell you your account has been frozen. No warning, no letter, just locked. That happens to real people every single day. And most of them have no idea what to do next. So today, we are breaking down exactly how bank account freezes work, who can do it, what funds are actually protected, and what steps you need to take. Fast. Welcome to Know the Law. I am going to walk you through everything you need to know about frozen bank accounts in plain language. No legal jargon, no confusing statutes, just the facts you need to protect yourself. Because here's the thing, the law actually gives you more protection than most people realize. But you have to know your rights to use them. Let us get into it. The first thing most people get wrong is thinking banks just freeze accounts whenever they feel like it. That is not how it works. In virtually all states, a regular creditor cannot freeze your bank account without first going to court and getting a legal judgment against you. That means they have to sue you, win the case, and then get a court order. Only after all of that can they direct your bank to freeze your funds. The bank does not get to make that call on its own based on a creditor simply asking. Now here is where it gets important. Once the bank receives that official levy notice from a court or authorized agency, the bank is legally required to freeze the account immediately. That happens before the bank even notifies you. So yes, you can wake up to a frozen account with no prior warning. That is not the bank being sneaky. That is the bank following the law as written. The notification comes after the freeze, not before. Most creditors need that court judgment first. But there is a significant exception you need to know about. Federal government agencies operate under different rules. The IRS and the Department of Education, for example, can levy your bank account without ever going to a judge. They do not need a court order. What they are required to do is give you a formal notice of intent to levy before they take action. That notice is your opportunity to respond. If you ignore it or miss the deadline to dispute it, they can move forward. And once they do, under IRS levy procedures, there is a 504-hour hold placed on the funds before the money actually transfers to the government. That window matters. We will come back to that. This is the part most people never hear about. And it could be the most important part of this entire video. Not all money in a frozen account can be taken. Federal law protects certain types of income from debt collection entirely. Here is what is exempt. Social Security income, Social Security disability, public assistance payments, veterans benefits, unemployment benefits, workers' compensation, child support and alimony payments received, and both public and private pension funds. If money from any of these sources is sitting in your account when it gets frozen, that money is legally protected. Creditors cannot take it. But here is the catch that trips people up. The protection is not automatic. You have to claim it. When your account is frozen, you will receive a notice. That notice should include information about how to file what is called an exemption claim. An exemption claim is basically a formal statement to the court or the bank saying that the funds in your account come from a protected source and cannot be taken. If you have Social Security deposits, pension payments, or any of those other protected sources going into that account, you need to file that claim right away. Here is why timing is absolutely critical. If you do not file your exemption claim within the required time frame, the creditor can access those frozen funds, even funds that were legally protected. Missing the deadline can cost you money that was never supposed to be touchable. Deadlines vary depending on where you live. Under general federal debt collection standards, the exemption claim deadline is generally 480 hours from the postmark date on the written restraint notice you receive. Some states set their own shorter deadlines. In one state on the West Coast, for instance, the law requires that exemption claim to be filed within 240 hours of the account freeze. In parts of the Northeast, account holders should receive their notice and claim form within 120 hours of the freeze, and there are specific protections for lower balance accounts under state law. Do not wait to find out what your state requires. Move fast. There is also a separate category worth knowing about. Banks can place temporary investigation freezes on accounts when they suspect fraud or need to verify unusual activity. These freezes are not about debt collection at all. They can last anywhere from a few hours up to 120 hours for standard security reviews, and up to 360 hours for more detailed fraud investigations. Some states have special extended protections for elder financial abuse situations, where freezes can last 360 hours and may be extended further if Adult Protective Services gets involved. Here's how this plays out in real life. Say someone receives monthly Social Security disability payments directly deposited into their checking account. A creditor with an old judgment against them sends a levy notice to the bank. The bank freezes the account immediately. The account holder wakes up to no access to their money. They panic. But because those funds came from Social Security disability, they are legally exempt. The problem is, that protection only kicks in if they file the exemption claim before the deadline. If they miss that window, the creditor can take the money. The law was on their side the whole time, but only if they acted. So here is what you need to take away from this. Most creditors need a court judgment before freezing your account. Federal agencies like the IRS can do it without one after giving notice. Your account can be frozen before you are notified. Certain income is legally protected from being taken. And you must file an exemption claim fast to keep those protected funds safe. If this video helped you understand your rights, hit that like button and subscribe so you never miss an episode of Know the Law. Drop a comment below and let us know what other banking rights topics you would like us to cover next. See you in the next video.